Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to Effective Exercise. Stephen here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be discussing how both practitioners and patients can optimize their health and performance by going over the CHEK totem pole. The sixth item on the CHEK totem pole is the viscera. The viscera, or internal organs, play a significant role in digestion, detoxification, and overall health. Problems with the viscera can lead to systematic issues and impact other areas of the body. Ensuring proper organ function through diet, hydration, and lifestyle choices is crucial for maintaining overall health and well being. Now, I'm going to be taking you through some assessments to assess the viscera of your client, patient, or yourself. The first thing that we can do, and this is going to be great for assessing digestion, is an HCl test. This is the assessment that I've been using for the last 30 years or 13 years in my clinic, actually 14 years. And it is the one taught by Stephen Wright in his book, Why Stomach Acid Matters. But the way that you would do the assessment is you would have the client, patient, or yourself consume at least 6 ounces of meat, and then you would have them take an HCl capsule. You want to see if you notice any type of symptoms at all. If you notice anything like mild heartburn or indigestion, then that is a sign that you have good stomach acid. You could cut the test short right there. You don't need to continue any further. However, if you notice nothing going on in your stomach, you would do that same test for 2 to 3 days. After 2 to 3 days, you would increase the dosage by 1 capsule and repeat it. See, do you notice any symptoms? If you don't, increase it by 1. As soon as you notice that you start to develop those symptoms, you would cut the capsules down by 1, and that is going to be your effective dosage of beta-catenin HCl for yourself. And then you would keep doing that until eventually you are down to 0 capsules. And then another assessment that you could do is a basic food sensitivity test. There are tons of different food sensitivity tests that you could do. So just find a really effective one that accounts for a lot of different foods, and then see what exactly is your body sensitive to and try to avoid those foods and try to stay with the foods that you know your body responds well to. The next thing that you could do is some palpation of the abdominal cavity. So you could do some skin rolling by taking your index and thumb and just rolling all the way down and see if there are any restrictions in the fascia over the abdominal cavity. And you could even do some side to side movement. So go side to side, up and down, do circles. Ideally, the skin should move nice and freely over the muscle. If you notice that one area is a little bit stuck, then that could be a sign that there are some adhesions, and you could either perform something like skin rolling to remove those adhesions or make it move more freely, or perform other techniques regarding other manual therapy techniques. I'm not going to take you through every single assessment. Those are just a few because otherwise this video would be too long. However, if you are a channel member, check out my assessment series playlist for 120 different assessment videos to assess everything in the body. And if you are not a channel member, consider becoming a member. It's only $5 per month and you will have instant access to all of those assessment videos. Now, we're going to move on to some exercises. With regard to exercises for the viscera, the first thing that we could do is just some basic stretching exercises. There is a myofascial stretching for the rectus abdominis muscle that is 3 parts. The first part, you're in a prone position, meaning you're laying down on your stomach, and then you want to just prop yourself up onto your elbows. If this is pretty easy for you, then you can move on to the version 2. Version 2, it's a little bit more intense. You're going to place your hand, straighten out, look up to the sky, and you want to make sure that your pelvis remains in contact with the floor. You don't want it to raise. If it raises, then it no longer is an abdominal stretch. Now you're stretching the front of the hips as well. So go as high as you can. And if that is still easy for you, then you could try the third progression. The third progression is going to be in a supine position. So you're laying down on your back. You want to take your hands, place it underneath your shoulders. And then for this one, you're going to press up and you would hold that for 3 sets of 30 seconds. Then what we could also do is the cat and cow pose for the yoga pose. So for this one, you're in a quadruped position on your hands and knees. For the cat stretch, you're just going to come up to the sky, try and bring your belly button as far away from the ground as possible. And then you're going to sink deeper into it. So you want to arch your back as much as possible. So you're flexing the spine as much as possible, and then extending the spine as much as possible. And then once we have done that, we can also do some strengthening. For the strengthening exercises, there are a ton of different strengthening exercises. If you check out my exercise series playlist, there are over 700 different exercise videos, and just search abdominal and you will find things like the abdominal roll-up. You will find things like the segmental strengthening and reinforcement exercises for all of the various abdominal muscles. But give all of those a try. It doesn't matter if you are a channel member or not. Everyone has instant access to those videos. But for now, we are going to move on to the next item on the CHEK totem pole. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. Be sure to like, share, and leave a comment as it'll help the algorithm. And if you enjoyed the content, show your support by subscribing to the channel by clicking on the icon in the bottom right corner. And if you really want to show your support, then consider becoming a member by clicking on the icon in the bottom left corner. These new high quality videos aren't cheap to edit, and the $5 membership will really help with the video editing budget. You'll also get access to a ton of exclusive perks like early access to videos and this program design lecture playlist in the top right-hand corner. And if you want to learn how to do a one-armed pull-up, then check out the playlist on the top left corner.